Hello and welcome to Module 2.4, how to achieve ultimate brand recognition. And in this module, we're going to be talking about how you can achieve ultimate brand recognition for your business just by following a few simple rules when presenting your brand visually, either offline or online. So in this module, we'll be covering the benefits of brand recognition, the power of visual consistency, the role of color in brand recognition, how to cultivate brand familiarity, and visual branding with social media apps. So let's talk about visual consistency. When it comes to building an iconic brand that people instantly recognize, one of the key drivers of brand recognition is visual consistency. Visual consistency means that you have a unified look and feel all across your graphics and all of your communication. So this includes your Instagram, your Facebook, your leaflets, your brochures, your website, and sometimes even what you wear. As I mentioned before in one of the personal branding modules, what you wear can also boost your brand recognition. If you're constantly wearing your brand colors and people know you for it, then it's going to stick in people's heads eventually. So more about visual consistency. Consistent use of your logo, photography, colors, fonts, patterns, etc., across all of your communications helps to strengthen your brand identity, which has a positive impact on the people who are exposed to it. And it gives your brand a sense of clarity and purpose, which consumers buy into. So, if you're always consistent, then your potential customers will see that and they'll buy into it, because the only brands that are really consistent are the established brands, so they'll just automatically attribute that to being an established brand. So the more consistent you are, the more professional you come across. It's really a subconscious thing, and it's something to take on board. Random colors, they are a no-no. Now, it might be tempting to use any color or font or style that you like, but in the long term, being visually consistent massively is much better for your brand than throwing something together and hoping for the best. You've got to be strategic about things as seemingly trivial as color. Now, if you constantly change your fonts and your style of writing, or you start using random colors, you'll never really be able to build a solid visual identity, and that will severely limit your chances of building a loyal following and that much coveted brand recognition that the bigger brands enjoy. So let's talk about familiarity. So when your audience sees a uniform style and a pattern in your messaging, it creates a deep sense of familiarity over time, and familiarity leads to recognition, trust, and loyalty. So even with the absence of your logo, people will instantly recognize your brand just by seeing a hint of your brand colors, your signature fonts, and any other brand elements you consistently use in your communication. And this always leads to increased visibility for your brand. So let's look at some examples. Some good examples of brands that have really strong and instantly recognizable brand identities include companies such as John Lewis, Soap and Glory, and Apple, just to name a few. So as you can see, these have got really strong brand identities. You and a brand are like the big boys. If you come across as established, you'll appear more credible and you'll naturally attract more customers. This isn't to say you're faking it, you're just presenting your brand in the best possible light, and ultimately the customer will have their own gut feeling about your brand. Customers associate strong visual branding with higher quality products and services. That's why you'll start to attract customers who are prepared to spend more money with you, because their confidence in your brand is higher. That's how you begin to attract what we call brand advocates. Brand advocates equals better quality customers. Everybody wants brand advocates, and these are the type of the customers that are proud to associate themselves with your brand and tell others about it too. So people share attractive looking content because it makes them look good. Think about it. Online, people like to share stuff that looks good. They want to get the recognition for it, that they spotted something really cool and they shared it online. they want to take the credit for it. So if your stuff is the best stuff online and it looks really good, then it's more shareable. You get the traffic and also the brand recognition as well. So it's always a good idea to make sure that you have attractive looking content. The purpose of business is to create a customer who creates customers. If you have brand advocates, then you don't need to do all the work yourself. Having good customer testimonials is great leverage for your business, and it's a great idea to invest in your best customers and keeping them happy. I mentioned in another module previously about branding, and we talked about the role of customer service in branding. So if you've got good customer service, a lot of people overlook good customer service, but good customer service brings more customers and it creates customers that want to tell the world about you. Think about it. It's not just visual branding, it's about delivering customer service that people want to shout from the rooftops about it, you know? So let's go back to the subject of visual branding, how to steer your visual branding in the right direction. So the idea here is not to steer away from your original story, personality, or brand promise. You've got to make sure your content is in alignment with your message. Now, this includes your photography, your filters, image style, etc. If you have to use text on images, always use the same font. Brand your images with either use of your brand colors somewhere in the photo, using custom overlays like the one in the example. If you can't do that, then brand the image with your logo in the bottom right corner so it doesn't distract your viewer from the main message. Keep it clean, simple, and uniform. Don't overcomplicate your visual style, and remember, you don't need to use all your branding elements in one piece of communication. Just be consistent. Avoid pixelated images. Make sure your images are high quality, especially on sites such as Instagram, Pinterest, or Facebook. Pixelated images are a no-no. Create a unified look. Create a unified visual brand identity across all your social media, keeping your profile pictures, avatars, banners, and content visually uniform on each platform. So to review, consistency creates familiarity, and familiarity leads to trust, confidence, and loyalty. Randomness, on the other hand, signals a lack of direction and is usually associated with being amateur. Consistency heightens visibility for your brand, and you should never upload blurry or pixelated images. These will make your brand come across as amateur straight away. So you've successfully completed this module. I hope you got tons of value from it, and I will see you in the next module. Take care.